What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Tuesday, January 23rd, man. Had to eat some, had to eat some food, man. Had to eat some food. I don't really like to come on the show late, but I gotta fucking eat. I gotta do another show right after this, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Go download the Action Network app if you'd like to. There's a ton of things that can make you as a better over there, but I'm not here to waste your time. Appreciate everybody in the chat for interacting. People are mad because I'm late and shit, but it's all good. 5 games, finna go over them here once again. Did a little show last night. It's just crazy because whatever a lot of shit I said on the show last night didn't even fucking matter. I said that Halliburton probably is gonna play his game. Yeah, he was. He's out. But let's get straight to it. Like I said, I'm not here to waste your time. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. All that bullshit, man. Let's get straight to it here. Let's go over to the streets of Indiana here. Pacers getting 5 at the house versus the Nuggets. I thought that, excuse me, I thought Halliburton would be in here. He's not in. He's out. You see what I'm saying? So they're resting him for 3 games. A little surprising to me, but whatever. I guess injury recovery. I mean, he already came back and played a game, but I don't know. I mean, I can't really speak on shit that I don't know. So maybe he really is injured. Who fucking cares? Nuggets laying 5 here. I still like the Pacers here. I still think the Pacers are the right side. It's even more of a letdown for the Nuggets now. Like I say, I mean, Nuggets aren't the greatest team on the road, man. Now at the house, you probably don't want to fade them too many times. But if there's spots that you want to fade the Nuggets, it's going to be on the road, and especially when they're land points on the road as well. Tyrese Halliburton now just takes even more juice out of this game for the Denver Nuggets. We saw them go to Boston and really get up for that game. We knew that they wanted to end the Celtics win streak over there at the house. Well, we knew after the game that they was really turned up for that, and they did it. Last game, you see them kind of just come out there bullshitting. We'll win the game by 9 points versus the Washington Wizards. They were laying 13.5 on the road. I just feel like this is a game where the Pacers can still match up well with these guys. Now, I mean, I was expecting Halliburton to be in there. I'll tell you straight up. I think with Halliburton in there, they would have ran these Nuggets off the floor. It's a little bit different with the Pacers without Halliburton, but they do get better defensively. While they're not as strong offensively, they still have the guys that can get it done offensively, but they're a lot better defensively, and they kind of slow down and play a lot more methodic basketball. And you got to like that. The fact that they've played games already this year without Halliburton. It's not like it's a shock to the team. They've played plenty of games without Halliburton. Now, it's not the greatest of spots for the Pacers coming back home off a 6-game road trip. It's actually like it's not a good spot, but when you only go 2-4, it's a little different than when you went if you've went 4-2 or 5-1 on that road trip. You see what I'm saying? When you go 2-4, it's like, damn, we can't wait to get back to the house. We can't wait to play in front of our home crowd and get some of that home cooking. You see what I'm saying? So I still think Pacers +5 is the right side here. There's a ton of square plays on the board. Squares will win sometimes, but I'm sorry. I just like I go against the grain. It is what it is. I always tell people though, have an idea of what you like to bet before you watch this show, because you should never really just be like letting me. I mean, I know you guys respect me and I appreciate it, but you still got to go with your gut. You see what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, at the end of the night, it's your money that you're betting with. And if I say something and be like, oh, I didn't talk to you off your play or something, and then your play would have won, you're gonna be pissed off at me. So I always say, trust your gut, man. Trust your instincts. That's what you're gonna live with. That's what you're gonna sleep better with at night, win or lose. But me personally, I don't like the Nuggets in this spot. I think that they might care about their game versus the Knicks a little bit more, but it's not even that. I just feel like this is even more of a. I already thought the Pacers was gonna get the job done. Thought Halliburton would be back. He's not. Line goes up to 5, and I still think that the Pacers get the job done here. So, regardless of whatever you guys like to bet, I wish you guys the best of luck. But it's Pacers or nothing for me in this game. I think the Pacers can still win this game outright. Let's go over to the streets of Brooklyn here, guys. Nets getting 4 at the house versus the New York Knicks. Show me someone that likes the Nets. Show me one person. All of the squares are on the Knicks here. Now, once again, not saying they can't get it done, but you just got to know that there's going to be 80-90% of the money on the Knicks in this game. There's maybe 5% of the world, of the betting world, that's going to maybe 10% that's going to mess with the Nets here. It's a contrarian play. I feel like this is a dog day. I'm not going to lie to you. There's really only one favorite that I'm liking today, possibly two, but 5 games on the card. I don't know. There's some square ass plays out there. Now I can say I've started to notice where there's always a shift in things. Sometimes like the sharp plays will be coming through for a while, and then there's other times where the square plays will come through. So I mean, You don't have to take it any type of way. When I say square, I mean like looking at the game easy, not peeling back layers, 4 or 5 different layers, looking at the game from all different angles. When we say square, we're saying that you just look at the game and you're looking at the public perception, you're looking at the recent perception, and that's all you're looking at. Is just, oh, okay, Knicks are good, Nets suck, I'm just going to take the Knicks. That's what I mean by square play. It's not necessarily looking into the game at all different angles. You see what I'm saying? Now, Nets coming back home off a West Coast road trip, a little 3-game road trip. It's really bad when it gets to 4 or more. But Nets, I mean, if they came out there and shocked the world versus the Lakers, they shocked the world versus the Clippers for 3.5 quarters, and then they let them go on the 22-0 run. I'm not backing the Nets. I'll tell you that right now. But I see like I follow all type of people, and I haven't seen a single person on the Nets. Everybody's on the Knicks. I'm not gonna say that they think that it's easy, but they're just on the Knicks. So I mean, you bet whatever you like, you bet whatever you love, and if you like the Knicks, don't let me talk you off. You see what I'm saying? But does look like Hardenstein might be out for this game. They have beaten the Nets 3 straight times. They basically owned them. We know that the Knicks are the better team. Better team doesn't always win, though. You see what I'm saying? So, could the Nets shock the world? And it's very possible. But I just want people to understand, like, as I know, there's a lot of shit that I've learned over betting for the years. And a lot of times I used to just bet, like, I'll be on the Knicks in this type of game. And they fuck around and lose outright and not just be sitting there scratching my head or, like, tearing my house up. I remember one time I broke my TV. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think that was a public spot. Just team came back from, like, 20 points. But whatever. These have been the type of spots where I take the Knicks and just be wondering what the fuck happened. Like, is this shit fixed or it's got to be fixed or so and so. I don't know. You bet what you like, but the Nets would definitely be the contrarian play here. Knicks have been balling out. They're definitely a better team, but me personally, I lean towards the Nets plus the 4. But like I said, if the Knicks won by 20 points, would I be surprised? Would you be surprised? Hell no. But the Nets would definitely be a contrarian play. I feel like every single game on the board is a sharp versus square play in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? So square is going to be on the Nuggets. Square is going to be on the Knicks. Let's go over to the streets of New Orleans here. Another game where I do feel like the squares are going to be on the Jazz here, getting the points. Now, I do like the Pelicans in the first half here, -3.5. This is the third best team in the NBA. You can kind of second, third best regardless. So first off, the Jazz are the second worst team in the NBA in the first half on the road. They're 7-16 against the spread. And let's go and look at the New Orleans Pelicans here. Third best team in the NBA at the house in the first half, 15-6-1 against the spread. It's really just like, we know that the Pelicans ball out at the house in the first half. This is their third straight home game. They're coming off a game where they gave up 52 versus Devin Booker. They got absolutely waxed in that game. I believe they're down like 41-19 in the fourth quarter. In the first quarter, they got absolutely smoked. They've had 3 days off to stew over that loss. I think the Pelicans are in a bounce back spot. This is the one favorite today where I kind of feel like it's a contrarian fave. We know that the Jazz have been balling. They've been covering spreads like crazy. And that's where the recent performance is going to have people, Jazz getting 6.5. Oh, no, I'm going to take that. I don't think that the Jazz are the same team on the road. They're definitely not the same team on the road in the first half. Now, I will tell you, y'all know I keep it real with you. The Jazz, like just playing a numbers game, they shoot a ton of more threes than the Pelicans do. Pelicans like to drive into the paint with Zion, Brandon Ingram shooting mid-range, jumpers. Now, CJ McCollum will let them threes fly. Jordan Hawkins will let those threes fly. But other than that, like the Jazz, everybody's shooting threes on the Jazz. You see what I'm saying? So I'll tell you straight up, numbers game, like math game, if the Jazz are making their threes, they could probably smack up the Pelicans here. But we do know that they don't really shoot the same on the road as well. So Pelicans first half would be my best bet of the day, -3.5. It's the one favorite where I think that they come out and smack these guys up like the Pelicans. If they're the Pelicans team that I know that they've shown us all year, they'll come out pissed in this game, cover first quarter, cover the first half, and possibly even cover a full game as well. And remember last time these two faced off at the house, we were on Pelicans in the first half and that one as well. They came out there. I don't think they covered the first quarter. They only up by 2 in the first quarter. That's the most vulnerable. When you bet in first quarters, you never know what the fuck's going to happen. Second half, you get a lot more, or you get 24 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So what did they do? They went on a run led by 8 at the end of the first half. They were laying 9 for the game. They only end up winning the game by 6 or 7 points. So I do think Pelicans in the first half is the top spot on today's card. I still lean their way in first quarter. Just first quarters are so damn funky. I don't even bet first quarters anymore. But Pelicans first half -3.5 is the top spot of the day by far, in my opinion. But I also keep it real with you guys. If the Jazz are making their threes, anything can happen. But the Pelicans have a really top tier defensive team. I think they can run these guys off the 3-point line. I think they can make this a physical game, and it's definitely gonna be good for the Pelicans, in my opinion. The one favorite that I think gets it done today, Pelicans in the first half -3.5. Let's go over to the streets of OKC here. Thunder laying 13.5 points. Line was at 14.5 last night. Now, I'm not saying that the Blazers are the right side, but what did I say about the Sixers last night, yesterday? You see what I'm saying? It's the same type of spot. Now, the Thunder are coming back home. I mean, just look at this spot here. Take the names off the jerseys here. We know that the Thunder are light years better than the Blazers. And don't let me talk you off the Thunder. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't bet the Blazers. Spot-wise here, obviously, I mean, it's a totally different league. In the league that I know, the NBA that I know, you get smacked by 60, you come back with something the next game. Like, you're coming back like that's a fucking Super Bowl type of game. Next time you face them, oh no, you can't be smacking us up by 60. Today's NBA, the players are a lot more softer, like physically and mentally. You're just soft. We see DeAndre, like, I don't even know if DeAndre Ayton cares. He wasn't in that game, but I don't even know if he's the type of player that he fucking cares that they got smacked by 60. That's the shit that I be talking about, like, where they're just worried about their money. There's no real pride. There's no sense of standing up, being a man, none of that. But just talking about the spot here. It's a spot that I would not lay points with the home favorite. Coming off of a 4-game road trip, you got one game back at the house, and then you head right back out on the road for 4 more games. For 3 more games. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing as the Sixers yesterday. It's even a worse spot because the Thunder on the first leg of a back-to-back. They play the Spurs tomorrow on ESPN, a national TV game, a game that the Thunder probably would much more rather, like, they'd rather go smack the Spurs by 60 tomorrow. SGA go for 40, build his MVP campaign. So, and they already smacked this team by 60 as well. Now, understand, just the way these two teams play, the Thunder can smack them by 25 with one hand tied behind their back. They can smack them with 25, not even playing their best game. See what I'm saying? So it's really hard to look towards the Blazers. But if you once you really start to do this for a while, and you look at situational handicapping, and you don't just look at the bias, the recent bias of the teams, and you just look at the spot would say to take the Blazers here. I understand why this line is coming down from 14.5 to 13.5. Circa, one of the sharpest books out there, they got 13. So if you like to bet the Thunder, you can go take a -13 at the at Circa. But me personally, I understand why it's coming down. This is a spot that I would never lay points with the home favorite coming off a 4-game road trip. Then you head right back, come home for one game and first game of back-to-back and national TV game on deck. And then you head back on a road for 3 straight road games. It's just not a spot that I'd lay with the home favorite in this one. Last game up. Let's go over here to the streets of LA here. Clippers laying 9.5 at the house versus the Lakers. Don't be surprised. The Lakers shock some people here, man. Clippers have lately started to show some vulnerabilities. How do you get down 15 points to the Nets? They were down 15 points, damn near the whole fucking game. I'm watching the game. I'm like, damn, are the Clippers going to come back and win this shit? Clippers have been balling. We know that they're the better team. We know that LeBron is out. And like I said, I never like when they announce a star player out, especially of LeBron's caliber the day before. It gives all the time for all the public bettors, square bettors, to go hop on one side and think that shit's easy. I'm not saying that the Clippers are the wrong side. I'm just saying over time, over course, in these type of spots, you taking the favorite, especially after the line is moved as well. Like, you're getting the ass in the line already. But when they announce these star players out the day before, fishy things usually happen, guys. So I'm just telling you of something that me noticing the patterns of how I got to where I am in betting the NBA, noticing these spots, noticing when to go against the whole world. I feel like there's like 4 or 5 games really today that the majority of the world talking about like 70-75%. See, some of them 80-90%, where it's just like they're not even looking to bet the other side. That's when you see fishy shit happening in these games. I try to keep it real with you guys. I try to let you know the knowledge that's in my head. The sharp plays don't always hit, guys. Sometimes just looking at it the easy way, it's gonna cash. So don't let me talk you off. It's your money. You can do whatever you like. But me personally, I mean, I'd stay away from games like this, man. That's just what I would do. They announced LeBron out, like it was probably like it was like midday yesterday. I said, oh wait. Remember, this is the last thing I was on this game. LeBron's always questionable right up until game time. Every single game. When he plays, even when he doesn't play, he's questionable all the way up to the game time. Why did they announce him out way before the game, the day before the game? I don't know. It seems like they want as many people on the Clippers here as possible. I could be overthinking it. See what I'm saying? They definitely happen. Sharp bettors definitely overthink things sometimes. I could only look towards the Lakers, my guys. Finna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go download the Action Network app. It's free. People, you can go pay for picks, but they're not gonna hit for 100% either. What I would say, find somebody free. Whether it's on YouTube, Action Network app, it could be Twitter. Find somebody free that gives out free picks to go. Possibly follow them, man. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you bought picks and then you're like, you know what? This other guy is on the same shit, whether won or lost. This other guy giving out free picks on the same shit. Just saying. You go download the Action Network app. You can follow experts over there. You can read articles. You can listen to podcasts. All that good stuff, man. But for me today, what I'm liking, the top spot of the day for me, Pelicans in the first half, -3.5. They're the third best team in the NBA at covering the first half on the at the house. The Jazz are the second worst team in the NBA at covering the first half on the road. And we know, I mean, you could just look at it simple like that, or it's obviously a bounce back spot for the Pelicans. 3 straight home games, coming off a bad loss versus the Suns. Third string home game, like I say, it's a bounce back spot for the Pelicans. This is what they do. They bounce back at the house in the first half, especially when coming off a loss. I think Pelicans in the first half is the top spot, today by a mile. And just me personally, I can only look. I still think the Pacers get the job done. With no Halliburton, it's even more. Y'all know how these players, like when the game just doesn't matter as much. Now Halliburton, okay. We're going to sit back and relax now, just kind of come out there and bullshit. I still think Pacers +5 is the right side. I can't get there with the Nets, but that's definitely a sharp versus square game right there. And I don't want people to feel some type of way, but the Knicks is a square play today for sure, my guys. Nuggets is a square play today. Thunder is a square play today. The Clippers are a square play today. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's one dog that's actually a square play, and it's the Jazz +6.5, man. So only way that I could look. Top spot of the day by far for me, Pelicans in the first half, -3.5. Heavily lean towards Pacers +5. Very small lean, Nets +4. Even smaller lean to the Portland Trailblazers +13.5, and also lean towards the Lakers as well. +9.5, my guys. That's the info. That's how I look at these games. It may not line up with your capping. I want to let you know that, and it's okay. And it's your money that you're betting with. So take whatever you like. Win or lose, you shouldn't have any regrets with your betting. You know what I'm saying? And I understand if you're betting the Blazers or the Nets, it could be possibly a regrettable bet. I'll be honest with you. And one thing that I did learn in my after about 5 years of betting on sports, sometimes the bets that are hardest to make are the best ones, guys. That's what I'll leave you with. It's all love, man. I come on here and do this show for you guys. See what I'm saying? I'll be doing another. I'm already looking at spots for tomorrow. I'll be doing another night show tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, man. That's the show. It's all love. Go download the Action Network app. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's all love, man. I hope everybody has a great day, and we out, man. Let's go.